So before I give you the quiz for lessons 12.3 and 12.4, and yes, I did give you an extra problem on the last quiz. I want to make sure that I review, just as I did before, the kinds of problems I'm going to give you so you know what I'm asking for. So as an example of the first two problems, I'm going to do this problem, which is a division problem, and y squared minus 5y plus 6 divided by y minus 3. If you remember how to do this, we're going to set up our division right over here. Y squared minus 5y plus 6, y minus 3. How many times does y go into y squared? It goes y times, and we multiply y by y minus 3. If you remember, so y times y is y squared. Y times negative 3 is negative 3y. In subtracting, I change my signs. So I end up with negative 2y as my remainder, and I carry down the 6. How many times now does y go into negative 2y? It goes negative 2 times. Negative 2 times y is going to give me negative 2y. Negative 2 times negative 3 will give me a positive 6. I change all my signs. I get a 0 remainder. So my answer is y minus 2. Now, if I had a remainder, you'll remember we just add the remainder over y minus 3. Okay? Let's look at, let's do another example. And in this situation, I'm going to want you to graph a function. Y equals x plus 3 over x minus 4. So if you remember to graph a function, first we're going to do our division. So x plus 3 over x minus 4. How many times does x go into x? 1 time. So 1 times x is x, 1 times negative 4 is negative 4. When I subtract, I end up with a remainder of 7. So 1 plus 7 over x minus 4. In order to graph this, I end up with y equals 7 over x minus 4 plus 1. I can see that I'm going to have two asymptotes. This one is going to be at y equals 1, and this one at x equals 4. So if I'm going to draw my graph, I'm going up to 8. See if that's enough. I hope it's enough. Okay, so I have to do my table. And let's see. If x is 0, I'm going to get negative 7/4, which is, let's see, negative 1 3/4 plus 1, so negative 3/4. So 0 and negative 3/4. Oh, and I should draw my asymptotes. So here's my horizontal asymptote and my vertical asymptote. I should have done that first thing so that I can position my graph correctly. And this is at 4, and this is at 1. Okay. So let me try negative 1. Negative 1 minus 4. Actually, let me check. Do I really want to try negative 1? Maybe I want to try 2. 2 will make it easier. Positive 2. 2 minus 4 is negative 2. negative 7/2 is negative, let's see, negative 7/2 is negative 3.5. So negative 3.5 plus 1 is going to give me negative 2.5, which is going to be, let's see, positive 2 and negative 2.5 right here. And I'll do one more. I'll put in negative, say, positive 3. 3 minus 4 is going to give me a negative 1. Negative 7 plus 1 is negative 6. And so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I have my first branch of my graph. I'm going to just move over here to do the second branch and put in, let's see, I'll do a 5 for x. 5 minus 4 is 1. 7 divided by 1 is 7, plus 1 is 8. So x is 5, y is 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which makes sense as my first point because the others will go down from there. I can't, let's see, I can try 6. 6 minus 4 is 2. 7/2 gives me positive 3.5, so I get 4.5. So 6, I get positive 4.5, which is right here. Let's try one more. Let's see, 6. Let's try 8. 8 minus 4 is 7/4. 7/4 is 1 3/4, and so I get 2 3/4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 and 2 3/4. I will be right around here, and that is my second branch. Sorry, my numbers are a little garbled, but you get the picture. So that is what numbers 3 and 4. So this first one covers numbers 1 and 2 on the quiz. This is going to cover numbers 3 and 4 on the quiz. So first is just a regular division. Second is a division followed by the graph. The third section and the last one is simplifying a rational expression and then stating excluded values. So for example, I'll give you a somewhat hard one, and this is for numbers 5 through 8 on your quiz. Say you have, so this is the third example problem, z squared minus 4z minus 45 over 3z squared plus 25z plus 50. So your first job is to factor, and you can see right here that this is minus 9 plus 5, and on the bottom we're going to end up with 3z and z, and let's see, 50 is 25 times 2. So if I put, let's see, plus 25, I get 75. Let's see, I think I'm supposed to read, let's see, 25, let's see, 50. 5 times 10. There we go. 5 times 10. Let's try that. 5 times 3 is 15 plus 10. There we go. Okay, so we have now factored everything, and we can see that I now have z plus 5 over z plus 5, which I can cancel. And so my answer is going to be z minus 9 over 3z plus 10. But I'm not done because I may have excluded values. And how do I find my excluded values? Well, I look at whatever these values would make this, right, 0. Well, I know that negative 5 is one excluded value, and the other is going to be, I need to set this equal to 0 to find out. So 3z equals, plus 10 equals 0, so 3z equals negative 10. So negative 10/3 is going to be my other excluded value. Okay, so that is really the 3 kinds of problems that you're going to encounter on your quiz. Good luck with this.